It's David Worrell with your DIY CFO PPP, Paycheck Protection Program update. Today's Friday, May 29th, and we are seeing a lot of continuing changes. I am sorry to report, but there's only four that I want to bring your attention to. Last week, two important changes were made. One creates FTE definition of 40 hours per week. So if you've been calculating your full-time equivalent employees based on 30 hours per week, that should probably now change to 40. That has been very clearly defined by the SBA as being a 40-hour week equals 1 FTE. The second thing is owner's pay. So we were thinking of owners as any other employee, but actually they will be treated a little bit differently. The owner's pay, which is forgivable, is the least of $100,000. The actual pay that you take during this period for W-2 payroll companies, or the average that you took during 2019. So that might be a big difference, right? If you did not have a great year last year and you were paying yourself $20,000 or $30,000, and suddenly this year you, because you have the PPP, you're trying to take $100,000, that's not going to work. Not all of that money is going to be forgivable. Now, as you know, you don't have to take forgiveness on a loan. It is a loan. You can do whatever you want with the money and make payments against it next year. But for our purposes, we're talking about forgiveness. Okay, two other quick things. These are not official changes yet, but Congress, as we speak, is passing yet another bill to help small businesses with the PPP. We think it's all good news, but it is a change, and the net effect is that we should all just slow down a little bit. So Congress is saying instead of 8 weeks, you may now have 24 weeks. That's a full 6 months to spend this money. And so mostly what they're addressing there is companies that cannot bring their employees back to work. What they're saying is keep the money until they come back to work, and then you can spend it on employees who are actually engaged in the business. So leave those people on unemployment for now, and when you bring them back, it looks like you'll be able to use the money over a 24-week period instead of an 8-week period. That would be great news. It's not official yet. President Trump still has to sign the bill, but we expect that will happen. And if it does, the other thing that's going to happen is it will be a shift in the percentage that you can spend on rent. So you used to be capped at 25% of forgiveness for rent or utilities and mortgage interest. That cap will now go to 40%, we expect, meaning you can spend as little as 60% of the PPP money on actual wages and as much as 40% of the PPP money on rent, utilities, and mortgage interest, and still have all of that forgiven. So again, everything that I've said refers to if you want to seek forgiveness for this money, which of course is a great thing. You may ignore everything we've said if you want to treat this as a loan and do whatever you like with it, pay it back with 1% interest over 2 years, beginning in January of 2021. Okay, hope that's all helpful. I hope you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel right down there and ring the bell so that you're notified the next time I get on with an update. And take a look at our other material. We've got a finance word of the day if you just want to brush up on your finance terms. And we've got, of course, other PPP content, including my 5 favorite strategies for why not to seek forgiveness of the PPP loan. So excellent strategies for anybody who's looking for a way to think about the PPP loan. And a couple of good overviews, too, for those of you who are looking for something that's not all entirely numbers-driven and just to understand the concepts behind PPP. There's a good basic overview video on here also. All right, thanks so much. See you next time.